there, available everywhere, ubiquitous, and all the time.
Yeah.
So for us, that meant ubiquitous network, of course, but also a very highly reliable network. So that's what we did. We changed our strategy. We used to have actually only coverage in the main venues, like our libraries and our high-density spaces. We used to ask students, hey, you know, there's Wi-Fi available in the library, go there, or there's Wi-Fi available in the classrooms, use it there, don't use it here. But instead of doing that, you know, we said, well, you know, Wi-Fi should meet the students where they are.
Yeah.
So we should install Wi-Fi everywhere, 100%, and in indoors and outdoors as well. And that's what we did. We don't have unlimited budget. Probably most of you don't have unlimited budget either. So we created a space categorization strategy. And the first, basically based in 4 different space categories. High-density areas first, giving them priority to academic and research spaces, followed by residential, and then our administrative spaces. So we put together a roadmap, a 5-year roadmap, and replace we used to have over 3,000 access points from a previous manufacturer. Yep. We replaced all of that, and in 5 years, we more than doubled the number of access points. And we had a very good senior management support, because they actually funded our key initiative that enabled us to do so in 5 years.
That's great. And how's it going? What feedback do you get from the students?
Well, the students are loving it.
Yeah?
Yes. They have a Wi-Fi at capacity now, so basically that means at room capacity. Room capacity times 3 devices, that's actually what we plan to do the coverage for all of them. We're also doing outdoors, like I mentioned, in most areas. And the customer satisfaction improved tremendously. So in fact, we have 46,000 students, and last year we only had 7 student support tickets, so complaints.
7? Oh, wow.
So
that's
the entire year.
That's amazing. Wow. So 46,000 people putting their own devices on your network, that's got to introduce some risk. So how are you managing the risk?
Yeah, absolutely. So all these students and basically everybody in the university, we have a BYOD policy. So it does increase the risk. The first thing we did in order to manage the risk in our network is to put in place policies and procedures to connect devices in our network. Then we introduced ClearPass, basically to be able to manage the most critical infrastructure in our network. And then we also install CAPE sensors in most of our buildings to be able to do end-user testing, to be able to find issues, identify issues and risk in our network, to be able to resolve them on a timely manner, and be able to meet our 99.9% service availability for our students and our users. Mm-hmm.
Got it. And education institutions are kind of hubs of exploration and innovation. How are you innovating with your network?
Well, innovation is part of our core, is the core of our, basically of our institution, right? We support research, and I think the keynote today opened with a very bold statement like, all mankind desires knowledge, right? It has the desire that by nature, the desire to know. And I think that's what actually innovation enables and AI enables in our environment. So we're looking forward, for instance, to use more AI, not just in the research areas, because our researchers are doing a lot of AI right now, to be able to bring those AI-powered tools to the industry, but also, using it in administrative areas, like we use Copilot, ChatGPT, and things like that for our meetings. And also, University Academic Affairs is using AI-powered chatbot called Ocelot.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to, in the fall, to be able to use the Aruba Central, to be able to realize the benefits of cloud computing in our remote locations.
Yeah.
So that's basically what we're planning to do in the next few months.
And my final question was going to be about AI. You've touched on a few examples there. Anything else that you'd want to add about AI and where you're thinking about how that might impact the network?
Yes, I think that AI is actually going to increase the speed that high-performance networking has been enabled right now to become network connectivity like air, right?
Yeah.
So that has been the goal, I think, for many networking companies during the last few years, reliable, secure, and all of that. But I think that AI is going to actually help tremendously reduce that time frame that we ever thought that we were going to be able to make it, especially not just in the US, but worldwide. Like I mentioned at the very beginning, we have students from 127 countries who like to be communicating with their families overseas, right?
Yeah.
And then also when they travel, they are able to receive their online learning. And so we need that infrastructure to be able to connect with those students wherever they are, worldwide.
Got it. Well, look, thank you very much for sharing your story with the audience. I like the networking is like air. That will stick in my mind. But yeah, great. Thanks again. And if everyone could give a big round of applause to Rita.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks very much.